if you're ever going to interview somebody, I highly, 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 highly recommend that you read Andrew's book. I know there's at least 5 copies left because I can see them on his shelf, right? Stop Asking Questions, which has been hugely, hugely valuable. But when you got into this, you didn't start out like, hey, let's do this thing online. You started up with meetups. And what I found to be highly interesting is that you were really, as a model, you were looking at politicians. Is that right? Is that what I understood? You're kind of like, how do I, do this a little bit different? And then it became the podcast. Was that kind of how it went, or what was that process?
I did see this politician, Howard Dean, guy was a governor in Vermont, and suddenly he was coming on big on the scene and getting a lot of people to pay attention to him. And I love obscure people who rise above obscurity, and he did that. So I started reading up and seeing, how did he do it? And what he did was he would have these meetups. He would enable anyone who supported him in any little town to create a meetup to discuss how they could help his movement grow because they believed in his movement. And these meetups just kind of took shape all over the place. And so I said, I'm going to start doing that. And I created my own little meetup at the time I was living in Los Angeles. And then from Los Angeles, I was hoping it would expand and expand. The interesting thing is that there was someone else who was starting to organize meetups like mine, and they got sponsorship. I couldn't believe it. They got someone to pay for it. I didn't want anyone to pay for it. I wanted it to be out of the goodness of my mission of creating more entrepreneurs. I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to learn from other people. I'm not just going to reject it. So if they got sponsorship, when someone from Microsoft came to one of my events, I said, would you sponsor me too? And they said, yeah, we'll do it. And so they started paying us thousands of dollars to get food and drinks and also profit for me from the events. And Microsoft said, they're really good people coming here. You should be doing something to show people that they're coming here and who is coming here. And you're learning from them in person. Do something. And I thought, all right, I'll start doing interviews. And I started doing interviews so that I could learn. And then from there, other people learned. And that was incredibly helpful.
That is amazing insight. I mean, first of all, no matter where our listeners are in their business, everybody's looking for that breakthrough. So the fact that you're studying those people who have this quick come up, and this one politician in particular, but the big thing here is that you led with, how can I bring people together with my mission? Because I'm a big believer, Andrew, that I don't care how good you are at running Facebook ads or SEO. Like, if you don't have a mission, it's all for naught, and it's never going to take off. And it's just amazing when you have that perspective of, how can I serve other people? It's almost like opportunities are coming to you. They're attracting. Whereas I think a lot of times, I don't know how you feel about this, but when it's like me, leads, buyers, and that, it's almost like sometimes you're pushing it away. But in this case, you're like, whoa, here's money. It really is an attraction process, isn't it?